typically teams sometimes might use a sniper rifle aimed down that river street. On the close side is probably where you're going to see most of the action. Teams kind of testing the other team's defense on the B side. It's really about trying to get to those bomb zones and set up around them before you get a plant down. You can easily hit both bomb sites with grenades on the defensive side. So it's all about kind of scheming and making sure the other.
We've got the bomb.
They start with Marathon Lightweight just so they can get in an advantageous position quickly, and before it reaches 15 seconds at the beginning of the match, it's not a problem. All they have to do is switch classes. So love that move. You see it a lot. Definitely an MLG variant. Top Guns use it. It's a smart strategy to use. I really like what they're doing here. Early on in Search and Destroy, we've got Jigga. He was eliminated early on. So all we've got right now for Rush is Rep and Kalani and Nightmare against Brink, Cos, Mutation, and Plutonium. Asher, I know we dropped you for a quick second here, but I was just talking to our viewers about Lightweight Marathon early on in that 15 seconds and how that can be advantageous to do that to get into a powerful position there early on in the map.
Yeah, of course, and what they're doing right here is kind of in order with what they've been doing all along. And typically when both teams get to the finals, they're really familiar with their strategies, so it's going to be great to watch what they do here. Both teams have a set strategy, and they know what they're going to do. So it's going to be interesting to see how their strategies kind of counteract the other team, and it's going to be interesting. Let's just kind of take a look here and see what's going on.
Yeah, to fill you in right now, like we were talking, Rush has got a weak side when it comes to Search and Destroy. It is not one of their best game types here on the circuit, and now it is a 4v1 situation with Nightmare. He is going to either have to come up tremendously big in a 4v1, get a bomb or do something here as he gets taken out in the back by Cos with a FAMAS shot. Let's watch the kill cam here. Cos hanging low. Landed smart, no need to do anything silly, and he takes out Nightmare right there with a couple shots with the FAMAS. So Influence is just continuing to dominate so far in this series as they take round one of Search and Destroy and are leading 1-0 here. Let's go ahead and keep our player camera on Team Rush. I want to see if they're able to bounce back into it on Search and Destroy. I believe they can, and now on MLG variant Search and Destroy, you switch sides every round, so they will get the easier side, or as always on Search and Destroy, it is always more enjoyable to defend.
Yeah, and the defensive side here, especially on Invasion, is a very advantageous position to be in. It's a lot harder to play the offensive side on this map because, like I said, it's kind of the choke points are really narrow, especially on the roads, and coming through the middle of the map, you're in the wide open and just slim. It's slim pickings for the offensive side if you're coming through, the middle of the map. So it's just really hard to get a plant down on this map unless you're able to kind of pick the other team off prior to, trying to get that plant down.
And Reppin is the first person to get a kill for Team Rush. It's a 4v3 here, 1 minute and 35 seconds on the clock. Astro, break down MLG Search and Destroy for all the viewers out there that may not be fully aware and familiar with it.
Sure. In Search and Destroy in the MLG settings, you're going to have a 7.5 second plant defuse, which is different than public matchmaking where you have a 5 second plant defuse. So you have an extra 2.5 seconds there to allow for the bomb plant, and it goes for the defuse also. So you're also going to be switching sides every round. We're playing 4v4, and as soon as one round's down on offense, your team is going to switch over to the defensive side, and you switch both ways. The team that comes up with the most kills in the round and has the edge in the kill-death ratio, in the case of a 3-3 tie, is going to have the defensive side. So, that's always important to make sure that you're leading in the kill count.
Reppin right now hanging out by the fort here, staying in the back close to where they spawned. He got some ACR shots on somebody, got hit markers brought up, but whoever he was shooting at ninja'd and disappeared, but he is keeping a keen eye on him, waiting for him to come out, and he will wait no longer as the bomb was planted at A. It is right now, guys, a 3v2 situation, but now Rush has got to get a defuse here. Brink takes out Nightmare, only making the situation a little more grim for Rush, and with 23 seconds left on the bomb. They're gonna have to act quickly. Remember, guys, it's 7.5 seconds for plant it, 7.5 seconds to fuse it. And Kalani takes out Plutonium. They're setting up around the bomb. Reppin sees somebody, but was not able to get any shots on him. Follows up right there. Now somebody's gonna have to jump down. Kalani looks like he got the defuse, so Reppin did a really good job there defending the diffuser right there and taking out everybody on Team Influence to tie this search and destroy game up 1-1. That was a really close matchup there with Influence getting a bomb plant on it, but Rush playing it very smart, slow and steady, and getting a defuse to tie it up 1-1. So now they're switching sides again. Let's watch Nightmare here. And they got to be a little bit more aggressive here on offense. It is so important to win a game on offense and search and destroy. I know a theme that everybody has. If you can always win your defensive-sided matches, you will usually win the game in total there. Correct me if I'm wrong, Hastr0.
Yeah, I mean, defense is is the key, really, to search and destroy. You want to play it patiently. I mean, the other team has the obligation to plant the bomb. So you always want to make sure that you play it smart, play it steady, don't play too fast, and it's very strategic on the defensive side, especially on a map like Invasion. It's really smart to make sure that you win your defensive rounds anytime you're playing search and destroy.
Those are the ones you just are not able to drop. Right now, Rush is continuing with this momentum. They're starting to build up, and it's a 4v1 situation here as Kaz just gets taken out and Pluto gets taken out. So Rush came out aggressive. That's what I like to see. That is what they needed to do. They finally made the adjustments here with Influence against them, and they were able to take out the entire team without anybody getting killed for Team Rush. So that was a nice plays by Rush. It's what they needed to do on the search and destroy. And now after being down 0-1 on search and destroy Invasion, they are leading 2-1. Flipping the sides here, they are on defense, and let's put our player camera on Giga. He's moving quick. Again, now they're even deciding to be aggressive on defense. I like this. Anytime you can throw off the opposing team, you know, the game, you switch it up. They thought they were playing reserved, and now all of a sudden they're coming out guns blazing, and Rush is having, Influence is having trouble adjusting to Rush's new game plan here right now, Hastr0.
Yeah, you know, and that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to kind of make your strategies kind of around the other team's strategy. You kind of formulate what the other team is going to do. If they're going to sit back and let you be aggressive, then, you know, sometimes that pays off. If you can do that on an offensive round as well, maintain that aggressiveness, then that's great. And that seems to be like what Rush is doing right now. And it might be throwing off Influence, and it's what they need to do, especially being down 4-2 in the map count.
Yep, absolutely. And again, we see Rush in a favorable position of 4v1 right now. Kalani, Giga, Reppin, and Nightmare all alive for Team Rush as Kaz is by himself. And not too long as Nightmare comes up with an kill here. Let's watch the kill cam. Gets a stun in there. Doesn't realize where he's at initially, but follows through on the kill. And that was really nice as taking out Kaz. He did not have any idea where it was coming from. So Rush is now gaining that momentum slowly but surely, with now leading the series 3-1 here on Search and Destroy. They're doing all the right things, and I would expect them to continue this aggressive gameplay on Influence, because Influence is just not sure how to handle it right now. And Giga, which last time we had him on the broadcast, started off slow, a theme that he has here right now, but he is quickly picking it up, and this is exactly what you want from Team Rush. To just basically take this win right here. But now a 4v3 situation. Giga got taken out there early, and now Nightmare is getting hit with some stuns, gets moving there slow, gets taken out by Mutation, and Plutonium falls up on Kalani with a Sentex. So Influence right now is saying no more, and now we're looking at a 3v1 situation. Reppin is the only one left, but at least he does have the bomb, and there is 1 minute and 40 seconds left. I've seen the clutch situation before in a 3v1, but if he's able to pull it out is something else, and he was unable to as Kaz with the comes through. Let's watch the round-winning kill here. Sneaky Beaver ninja spot. I'll be honest, I don't think anybody would have thought to look up there coming in there, and Kaz, great gameplay there on his behalf as he was able to take out Rush. Some of the big hitters right now for Rush is Kalani. He's coming up huge for Team Rush with 5-2 on Search and Destroy, and basically everybody on Influence is carrying the weight. We see Plutonium, Brink, Kaz all with 3 kills, and Mutation, he's only got 1, so he's got to bounce back into this game for Team Influence here. Sticking our player camera on Rush though, let's watch Nightmare as he's by the tank, gets hit with one of his own stuns that bounced off the barrel of the tank here, gets in a prone position until he's cleared, and he's moving out of there. Probably a smart call. I like just any smart decision in this game is always a good decision. It's very easy to get reckless with your movement and make some bad calls. And on Search and Destroy, when you only have one life, it is not smart to be dumb. You want to use every life. They are precious here. So Nightmare is back behind the dumpster, behind the tank, keeping an eye on A. Saw somebody come through, didn't get any aggressive shots, knew there wasn't a shot, but threw a Semtex there without any stun, timed it up perfectly to take out Brink. I'm liking what I'm seeing right here on behalf of Rush. They're playing smart, and Nightmare gets taken out by Mutation with a wonderful Semtex. As we switch the player camera over to Kalani, he was able to take out Mutation, but we're looking at a 1v2 situation here with Kaz and Plutonium left on Influence and repping the lone man standing for Team Rush. These 2v1 situations are tough, Hastro.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen too much of that clutch factor here on our broadcast, but it is very rare, but when you see it, it's an amazing thing. A 1v3, 1v2 clutch. It's always a great thing to see a player come up and be smart enough to take 2 or 3 players out when he's got his face in such adversity. And, you know, it's just all about, let's see, you know, maneuvering around the map and seeing where you can pick off another player on the other team.
Absolutely, 37 seconds on the clock. Reppin sees that they're all at B. He was able to exchange some shots, but was unable to take anybody out. He pulls out he wasn't able to do it. Let's watch the player cam here, because this camera is going to basically speak volumes. Nice shot there. Got a little sloppy initially, but with that nice little drop shot, he was able to pull it out, and that's exactly what Influence needed. They are now going into an overtime matchup here, and like we said, Rush was able to get the defense here, so defense, the advantageous side to be on, especially in overtime here. So if they play it smart and they're able to just line up all their kills, that's what you're going to need to do here on defense. And Influence, they're going to have to come up big as the aggressors, the attackers on offense here. 2 minutes left on the clock. Instead of seeing what we saw from Rush that got them those round wins, Hastro, of being aggressive, moving quick, even if it was on defense, they have now went back to the reserved approach. And I understand that because you get nervous, it's overtime. You want to play so smart, but I feel like you should just stick with what's working for you. We're going to find out here in a minute if this switch up back to a slow play style is going to work for him. But Kaz takes out Kalani, so now it's a 4v3 situation. Nightmare hanging low by the tank, Jigga behind in the right side on B Street here behind the garbage can, just waiting for everybody, the garbage dumpster, I'm sorry, just waiting. And see somebody here, must have got a comm line. He gets stunned, but Jigga followed up with a nice stun Semtex combo on Brink. We're looking at a 3v3 now. It's evened up here, and Kaz and Plutonium are going to make the difference this game for Influence, and it's going to be Nightmare and Reppin's job now to do it for Rush, as they are the only 2 sole survivors left for Rush, and they're going to be going against Plutonium, Kaz, and Mutation here. 1 minute left on the clock. They're going to lay low. Again, guys, they've got to either eliminate the opposing team or they've got to defuse or not let the team plant the bomb in the allotted time. 55 seconds left. Reppin's covering A. Nightmare's got B. And now it definitely is smart to play a reserved approach. Reppin saw somebody come out here. He goes through tank. Gets a couple shots on him, but not enough to take him out. And now he's got to choose if he's going to be off the left or the right here. 40 seconds left. He's in courtyard. Drop low. Getting shots taken. Mutation takes out Reppin with the ACR. 35 seconds left. They've obviously got an A plant now. And now Nightmare has got to come up in the clutch in this 3v1 situation. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. He's going to be moving in on here on A, coming in through the alley. Nice jump out into the alley from into the tank. Takes out Mutation. Shots exchanged here. Wasn't able to follow through. Pulls out the M93 with Fika and gets taken out by Plutonium with the Scar. And Influence that came out hot, then got cold, bounced back to move this game into overtime and win it. That was what Rush could not afford to allow happen here on Search and Destroy after such a valiant effort early on. So now we look at the series here. Guys, it's 5-2, and it is becoming dismal for Rush. Don't want to count them out yet here because they've got some game types that are extremely favorable to their team. So we are going to cut to a quick commercial break. We will be back to bring you Game 8, which is going to be Demolition Scrapyard after a quick break.